We're live for the pre-show. Should have cleared my
Hey
throat
everybody, how's it going?
before. That's what the pre-show's for, though, to get ready for the show.
We have to get ready for the show.
Yeah.
I'm not ready for the show. I'm
I
kind of
guess
ready for the
Dave's
show.
not going to show up. I don't know what Dave's schedule is anymore. It's changes so damn much. He said he was going to not be able to show up on Mondays, but then he would be able to show up every Sunday, and now it's like every
His
other
work is
only
just like
Sunday.
cracking the
Yeah,
whip
that
right now.
sucks. I know everybody is, man. The system needs your labor, baby. So we're going to talk about Aliens, an Aliens comic. That's fun. Ultimate Universe news, a new Ghost Rider. It's kind of lame, I think. Awesome Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles news. Double dose of food news.
Countdown to
One's a
150.
little late. What?
The countdown to 150.
Oh yeah, countdown to 150. An amazing moment of destruction that I really think is going to save us a lot of time in the top 3. If we talk about the book in the moment of destruction. Chef's kiss. Oh my goodness. Cocoa. I love me some cocoa, especially this time of year. And then top 3, which I don't know, it's kind of a midweek, man. It's kind of a midweek. You know what I mean? Middle of the road, sort of quality wise.
Yeah, it was books. Decent.
I'm not sure. Not sure what happened there. I'm just not sure what happened. And Taylor hasn't jumped in either. I wonder if he's having problems.
Beginning of the year, middle of the month.
Right. And I don't know, because I don't know. The stuff I did read, I really, really enjoyed. But who knows? Yeah, no one's seen the post. Maybe Taylor's out of commission too. It is Sunday, right? I didn't miss a day.
It's Sunday.
Okay, good. Thought it was me. And he's still early. He's got 2 minutes. You know how Taylor.
He's a wizard. He arrives when exactly he needs to.
Yep. He arrives exactly on time every time. So yeah, pretty good show in store. So yeah, let's just get to it. I got a new intro. Might be my favorite one since the Star Trek one made from Picard.
I'm getting bored, man. You want to come over and play G.I. Joe's?
I would love to come over to your place and play G.I.
Dude, and play G.I. Joe's. Man, I did that last night for like 2 hours. I had such a damn good time. 2 or 3 hours, man. Take a picture.
I bet my wife will let me go to Tennessee to play G.I. Joe with you.
Yeah, I'm sure. Can I drive 15 hours? Greetings, geeks. Welcome back. It is another episode of This Geek in Comics Outright Geekery's comic book shit talk show.
Shit talk show.
It may just be the Gomer and Andy hour. We're still not sure. No word from Taylor yet, but if he hops in, he'll hop in. Yeah, I didn't do anything last week, nerdy, really. I watched a bunch of documentaries about the different decades. That's like really old. I watched the Woodstock documentary again. I watched Action Park documentary. That's quite good. I played the hell out of some G.I. Joes yesterday. My G.I. Joe Classified. Took some pictures. Got some of my bigger dioramas out, and set them up, which I like to do every now and again. I got some dirt in the greenhouse in the house and some pepper plants starting. So right around the corner. Good. Yeah, it's fun. It's only about 60 degrees in there, but I mean, I have heaters in there as well as lights, but it's just damn cold. Still just damn cold. I know I don't have to tell you that, but I'm just saying. Andy, what'd you do this week? Anything worth mentioning? Anything fun?
Anything cool? Before the pre-show started, we went to the Children's Museum today. That was super fun.
So fun.
Yesterday we finally wrapped up Christmas with all the family and stuff. That's all.
Oh wow, because it was kind of hectic time.
Oh yeah, it's hectic, especially when they live like 3 hours south of us.
Right.
We know now.
Oh my god, yeah.
But yeah, because we got Prime again, so we're rewatching Miss Maisel, and I turned on, and I forgot how good it was because we were talking about it on Monday when we were talking about Batman Beyond's 25th anniversary. I started watching the original Batman animated series, and it's like, God damn, this is so good.
It still stands up, dude.
It still stands up today.
It's like timeless. It's like timeless shit.
It's like what, 30 plus years old, and it still still holds up.
It's so old
today.
Yeah, I never finished Marvelous Miss Maisel. I never finished that that last season.
Here's Taylor. Oh,
Yeah, there's Taylor.
move
Hey,
over.
what's up, bro? Right on time as usual.
Do my
Did you do
best.
anything? Did you do anything cool last week?
I beat the Spider-Man 2 game.
Like you just got to the last part of the story, or like you 100%?
Who the fuck do you think you're talking to? You fucking asshole. No, I did everything. I got all the suits. I got all the. I did all the side quests. I did everything.
That's awesome.
He is the master, the Spider
so
Master.
Fun, dude.
Just beat the story. You idiot.
I can't even beat that game. I just end up swinging around for hours, and it's like, oh, I gotta go to bed. I didn't do a damn
I will
thing.
say though that like you have to beat everything before you can get like the last, or you have to beat the story before you can get the last suit. And I beat the story last, so it was the last thing I got. Yeah. It was the lamest suit. The life story suit that they give you for beating the story mode is the worst suit in the game, and it was so anticlimactic that was like my final reward that I got. Oh, hey, Jeff.
Hey Jeff.
Man. Yeah, we're back, man. Trying to get back on schedule here after the long holiday, I don't know, slumber or whatever. Cool, man. That's fun. All right, let's do news. It's chock full. A week for news. Not much in the terms of comics. Comics were kind of mid, but we'll talk about that later. But talking about aliens, okay? We knew that Marvel was really going to put a swing on these, 20th Century Fox books, or 20th Century Studios, books. But now they're taking What If and putting it with aliens. If this hits off, I wouldn't mind seeing, more shit like this. They could do, the Monkeys book. What's that? Planet of the Apes. They can do the damn Predator book. But this one is Aliens. What If #1? What if Carter Burke had lived? Now, famously, Carter Burke is the first major, big, huge corporate D-bag that we can actually put sort of a face to in the whole franchise, and it becomes sort of like this groundbreaking thing for the franchise. It really moves into this corporate engine, and I mean, the first one was, definitely that, but I mean, this book or this part of this movie just took it, dude. So they've been questioning if Carter Book, a company man more hateable than the Xenos itself, had actually survived the traumatic events of terraforming Colony Hadley's Hope. Now the actor himself, Paul Reiser, is going to be joining with his son Leon and another team of writers and producers, including Adam F. Goldberg, Hans Radnoff, and Brian Volk Weiss. Guy Villanova is going to be doing the art in it. 48
there was
pages,
a time
$6.
when the news said like the actor who played the guy was going to be writing the comic book. There was a time when that would have been like, well, that's going to suck. But then then fucking Michael Dorn comes and he writes that Steel book, and it's actually pretty good. So I don't know what to think anymore.
And it's not just, like actors doing it. Like half of the Black Eyed Peas, no, not that half, are like really, really good comic book writers. Yeah, not that half.
Those members of the Black Eyed Peas.
Not those members that you're
not the two that you would think of first.
Yeah, it's the other two. But yeah, 40 pages, $6.
Yeah, you can't write off these like kind of stunt writer things anymore because like there is a good chance that they're going to be pretty solid because the less famous members of the Black Eyed Peas did a pretty solid job. Worf did a pretty solid job,
Yeah,
I think this should be very interesting read, especially since they're going to try to get as much as possible out of it.
Yeah.
Especially the corporate side of the massive douchebaggery of the corporation. Like, we can do
the
this.
Cover makes it look like the answer to like what if he had survived is that he gets killed seconds later by the fucking Xenomorph Queen.
Dude, exactly.
He survived for an extra 2 seconds, everybody.
The facehugger didn't get him, but he looks pretty fucked on this cover here.
Yeah, he looks like he's in deep, deep shit. But I'm just wondering, where they would even be able to take that. And I guess that's part of the magic of it.
I guess I'm interpreting this as like, what if Weyland Yutani succeeded at what they were trying to do?
Oh, right. Like, what if they killed...
What if they did, like, appropriate the Xenomorphs?
Yeah, if they did infect Ripley and Newt, which was, like, their plan, Yeah.
Or like, his plan. What if all the shitty things they wanted to do, they actually succeeded at?
Yeah, instead of, what happened in Aliens 3.
Yeah.
Right.
And Aliens
but it actually is what if Carter Burke had lived, so maybe they do go through the same events, and he's just stuck on Hadley's Hope for a minute, after him and what's her name didn't blow up.
So yeah, I don't know how much I care about like the least likable person from the movie, like getting some
I
extra
know.
screen time here.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, it does raise some interesting possibilities. Like, what if we got like an even darker timeline for Alien? You know?
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah. So yeah, there you go. What if Aliens? That's out, I think, in April. All right, Ultimates. Marvel released new interior art and solicitation info for their free comic book day book, and one is a Spider-Man Ultimate Universe combination, and that is this page right here, where we see the new Ultimates getting together. A new team
Oh,
of
hey,
Ultimate
so they got
heroes
Cap out of
emerge.
the ice. You knew they
Yeah.
would, but there he is out of
Yeah.
the
Yup.
ice for sure.
Oh hell yeah!
Cap, Iron Man, Doom.
And it's going to be Denny's Camp and Juan for Gary. Given what we know, it looks like it's going to be Iron Lad, Doctor Doom, and Cap. My guess is Thor and Freya is going to come out.
I'm guessing that
Dude, the
like,
release date, I think it's April something. I think it's the first week in April. Sorry, Jeff, I didn't get I thought I had it. Sorry. Go ahead. But Ultimates are cool. Ultimates are dope.
yeah, I mean, all this Ultimate Universe stuff has been a lot of fun. Spider-Man, we didn't get to really talk about last week, but that was a lot of fun. I really like that.
Yeah, Spider-Man was really good last week.
Yeah, it'll be better after issue 2. Because I mean, we kind of knew what was going to happen in issue
Well,
1, and there
wasn't very much Spider-Man in the first issue of Ultimate Spider-Man, but like they did a good job like establishing like here's the status quo for this version of Peter, and you know he's still a good guy, but he's not Spider-Man. Uncle Ben's still alive. J. Jonah Jameson is a way chiller guy if Spider-Man had never shown up.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
J. Jonah
I
is
think
the chill.
I think that's going to be the one thing that drives this new partnership between Ben and J. Jonah Jameson. You know, that Spider-Man's going to drive the wedge. You know,
maybe. Although this is an opportunity
in the middle.
This is an opportunity for it to be, you know, different. I mean, if he just goes back to being regular old J. Jonah Jameson, I don't really. I'm hoping that they don't go that way since they established that he's so different. You know, in that first issue.
I think it might be the other way around, where J. Jonah Jameson's on the side of Spider-Man and Ben.
Honestly, that would be fun. That would be a really fun way to take it.
Dope, Andy. That would be a great.
I think it might go that way
idea.
because Ben in that comic book seemed very just like this is the status quo, and J. Jonah Jameson's more of like the hey, how's it going, everybody? You know, a little looser.
Yeah, and
Ben he's not the editor in chief.
Both of them quit on principle though, so they both are definitely like, you know, principled individuals.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be a unique spin on it because it's freaking.
But I love that idea. I mean, that's such a fun way to flip the script. Like take like the sainted inspiration mentor figure for Spider-Man and make him the heel, and then you take like Spider-Man's greatest, you know, obstacle in his life. And turn him into like
besides Peter Parker himself, but
besides Peter himself,
arguably, but
you're right.
Jonah is the most like obnoxious troll for Peter.
Thorn in his side.
We have to look forward to the family dynamics now when he's now Spider-Man.
Oh, for sure, that's a big part of it too. I mean, there's just a lot going on in that book. You know, in the first issue,
I think Hickman's going to do a really great
lot
job
of foundation
with
building. Oh, I think so too, man. I think so too. All right, there is a new Ghost Rider coming, and it's the Hood.
I fucking hate this.
I know.
I fucking hate the Hood.
So, in Ghost Rider Final Vengeance #2, written by Benjamin Percy.
Okay, see, that's the thing. Is I like Benjamin Percy. He does a great job with Ghost Rider. Benjamin Percy has maybe put together the best Wolverine run, definitely in years, but maybe ever. I don't know. It's hard to say.
It's fantastic.
But Brian Michael Bendis ruined me on the Hood. I guess it was about 10 years ago now. When he would not stop using this fucking nothing character over and over and over again.
Created by Brian K. Vaughan, and that book is very good. The Brian K. Vaughan book is very good. The Brian K. Vaughan book is very, very good. I enjoyed that, but you're right.
I never even read that, honestly. All I know about the Hood is all this stupid Bendis shit he keeps doing.
Well, that's who created it, Brian K. Vaughan, in this miniseries. It was actually a Marvel Knights thing, and then it just all moved over into the regular 616. And I haven't really cared for the Hood either. His guns look like one gun looks like two guns. That's what I'm going to guess it is, because that's kind of the Hood's thing, having two guns.
I thought it was two guns like held together to make the skull icon
to make it look cool.
Hey, that does look cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so if this was an idea that was just like in a vacuum, like if I didn't know the Hood from back in the day and they're like, hey, Benjamin Percy's introducing a new Ghost Rider. Yeah, that sounds cool. but I fucking hate the hood.
Well, he's gonna flip. He's gonna flip it. He's gonna change your mind. You're gonna love it.
Maybe. I mean,
So
if
he's got
anyone
a
can do it,
demonic
Ben Percy
cloak.
can do it. Sure.
You got a demonic cloak, dark mystical abilities, undying lust for more power. It's cool that we're getting a new Ghost Rider who's actually a bad guy. You know,
That is an interesting take.
Ghost
yeah,
Rider
like,
is kind of supposed to be a bad guy.
well, Ghost Rider's whole shtick, the whole thing that makes him like he rivals Daredevil in that he is like the sad sack tortured soul character, arguably more so than Daredevil, because now
Yeah.
he's literally possessed by a demon, and Daredevil can be fun. I've never read fun Ghost Rider.
Oh yeah, for sure. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. That's April 18th for Ben Percy's, I don't know, ruining his career with one book.
Oh, I don't think so. I
Not
mean,
me neither.
even if he does, I don't think it'll be a stinker. Ben Percy does a good job. It's just that
Yeah.
the concept is an initial knee-jerk reaction, just the hood,
Exactly.
The hood. It's
exactly.
gonna get you.
All right, so Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah, that's all we got. There was not a lot of news, but that was some fun news. Anyway, IDW Publishing will publish the final issue of TMNT on April 10th, 2024. It's issue number 150. Sophie Campbell, who's been on it for a long time. Vincenzo Federici, colorist Rhonda Pattinson. Double-sized 68-page book for $10. But that is not as sad as it could be because they are immediately relaunching it, and Jason fucking Aaron is going to write Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles starting in June. Are you kidding me? Now, it's not a new book. It's a relaunch. Okay? He's going to have a 10-page prelude story in that, in a book called Alpha Number 1, a one-shot on sale in June. Now, presumably, if it is a 10-page prelude story in a full-size comic book called TMNT Alpha Number 1, it is very likely that just like IDW did with Star Trek, and just like Kirkman and Skybound did with the Energon universe, there's going to be more than one Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle book. And if you look at the math, at the accounting at IDW, it really has to be. You know what I mean? They didn't just pick Lansing and Kelly. Yeah,
this is their cash cow. This is like they definitely want, like, the Star Trek books are really good, but TMNT I think is their moneymaker still.
Oh, well, for sure. Now and that's not to say they didn't bring in a lot of people to read Star Trek. People were hungry for Star Trek comics, and they did. But everybody knows the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Everybody is a fan in some way, shape, or form. Everybody, every motherfucker, And if they're doing this, getting like one of the biggest names in comics to write their flagship Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, again, I wouldn't be surprised if there were 3 ongoing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle books announced, or maybe 2 in a miniseries right off the bat. Paramount and IDW inked a renewal deal for more comics, and it was made specifically clear that this is a relaunch and not a reboot, and it's going to exist in the current universe. So that seems like it's great for everybody.
Inklings and the rumors I've been hearing and reading. This is when the 150 hits. There's going to be this kind of event that starts afterwards. So it's not going to be contained to one book. They haven't said how many books yet, but it's not. They already said it's not contained to one book.
Nice. See, I'm anxious to see if there's like a Shredder book set in the universe. This is a variant cover for 150. Very well done. I love that.
Don't take that to like,
No, for sure. We'll take it with a grain of salt.
Rumors.
Yeah.
Those are rumors. That's like kind of like the contract is kind of like is big and blacked out and nobody got to see it. So
Right. And I think people are going to jump all over this. I think this is just going to be huge with Jason Aaron writing the gang, writing Splinter, dude. He's just going to kill.
Oh, he's going to have fun writing Splinter.
Oh my gosh, he's going to have so much damn fun on this book. And I can't wait to go along with him. Taylor, I mean, it seems like
this might be like the Transformers situation all over again. I'm a fan of the Turtles. I like a lot of their media, but I've never really read their comics, at least not in a consistent way. I read The Last Ronin last year. But that's about the only single issue stuff I ever picked up.
Yeah, that's different.
That's weird. That's weird. So this might be like with Transformers, where like you put a big name creator. You're talking about it last week. We were talking about like the best writers, right? That like this is a writer that I want to follow what they're doing.
Yes,
I want
exactly.
I want to see this writer's take on these characters, kind of like with Daniel Warren Johnson on the Transformers.
Exactly.
So yeah, I will probably pick this up when it comes out.
Yeah, it's weird when they initially did the GI Joe and Transformers comics back in the '80s. Like doing a toy book was just like the worst thing you could do. No, that's a career killer. No one wants to do that. But now it's like
Everybody wants to do them.
Everybody wants to do these. You know what I mean? Everybody knows that it's like a golden combination. If me, a really, really popular comic book guy, can get a really, really popular comic book brand, then it's just money. And honestly, that's kind of a trend, and it's almost like a new trend. Why wouldn't IDW spend the money to get a big name writer on a book that they know is already so wildly popular? It's almost like they left money on the table, But now we got the hive mind on Star Trek. We got Danny Warren Johnson in the Energon universe, and shit, it's not just him. We got Joshua Williamson, writing in this universe, and Bob Kirkman. I mean, it's a huge deal, and it's a really good idea to do this. I want to see more of this in 2024. Okay, I want to see more big name writers getting these brands, these licenses that we just love and are almost intimidated sometimes to get into it. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But yeah, this is going to be great, dude. This is going to be great. Hopefully they do like just something massive in terms of having, they got to do more than one series. You can't make money in comics anymore without doing.
Yeah, like I said, I heard there's going to be at least more than one book. It's guaranteed more than one.
Yeah,
I mean, they're not going to do.
Yeah.
If you don't have more than one book to pimp out, why would you just give like a 10-page preview
exactly
for and stuff?
Exactly.
So yeah, there has to be more stuff. Like they're probably going to do it. I bet they'll do a Shredder book or like a Foot Clan book or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe they do.
April. They could do an April O'Neil book.
April would be a good book, or maybe
awesome.
Casey.
Well, April, call it April and Casey. Make it a 5-issue miniseries and have because I think they're still hanging out, dating. They may be married.
Be
I don't know.
I mean,
I'm off of
whatever
TMNT.
continuity you look at, they tend to eventually end up together in most of the continuities that I've seen.
Yeah. I tried to get into that event, man. I don't even remember what it's called. Dave was kind of reading it, but I just soured on it so fast. But so New Life in TMNT, I think that should be a trend for the entire year. You know what I mean? Bring back Rom. Bring back. I mean, if you think about it, Jason Aaron kind of started this trend mildly when he had Star Wars at Marvel. Star Wars over at Dark Horse didn't have any huge names on it.
Yeah, there's definitely a similarity there. I mean,
yeah.
That is a little different since it was Marvel.
It is, sure.
But yeah, that is true though. Like, it's not like Star Wars has anything to do with Marvel's other books. So yeah, they were putting like one of their biggest name talents on.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, like a little
it's
a big franchise, a big name on a big franchise.
Yeah, putting a big name on a big franchise. Exactly. All right, let's do food.
Yummy.
All right, it's a weird one. Well, not really. There's one weird one, but we're too late. We already missed it, but I still wanted to talk about it. But this one, Gluttons, just celebrate. The double Big Mac is back. I hate a Big Mac.
God.
Big Macs are disgusting.
I never liked the idea of having like the third bun. Like the wedge of bread at the middle. Yeah,
it's so weird. But
why would no?
It's a double.
It's
a double. Usually, there's not that much meat on it. Okay, 100% all beef patties, all beef in quotes.
Yeah, all beef in quotes.
And more Big Mac sauce, and then you get pickles, lettuce, onions, cheese. You can also get extra cheese and bacon. They'll put bacon on it if you want.
Well, that's nice, but like if it's cheaper than getting 2 Big Macs, then yeah, I guess this is good news.
But you only get one slice of cheese. You only get one slice of cheese.
Yeah, I know. You only get one slice of cheese.
That is true. It could do for another slice of cheese up near the top. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of cheese and more gross, Arby's, they actually did this on the 20th. Okay, they did it yesterday. We missed it. But you could buy a $2 keychain, limited edition keychain. And then for the remainder of 2024, it unlocks access to unlimited cheddar sauce cups. Does it make sense? Every day you're allowed to go to Arby's and get 1 cup of cheddar sauce.
Like even if I don't order anything else, I can just walk out with this like.
Well, yeah, I guess
Condiment
I
saucer
didn't read.
of-
I didn't read the
Wait,
fine
what?
print. But
Okay, wait. So
yeah, yeah, exactly.
so
You get
true,
that.
Jeff. So
Yeah,
true, Jeff.
exactly,
Yeah,
Jeff.
yeah,
Exactly. And all the onions just on one freaking
yeah. All
side.
the
So you
onions you
take a
can
bite
ever ask
and
for.
yeah, you just take a bite and it's like
But
all
okay,
onion.
I'm trying to unpack this. The key to the cheese,
Key to the cheese. Keys
the
to the cheese.
keychain, where it's just like you.
The
No,
world dumped it. It's like the world.
there's
The
got to be
planet
like some
Earth.
sort of like underlying like rule where it's like
Yeah.
it can't be that. Like you can't just go in every day and be like, "Give me my cheese cup because I need
Okay, so
cheese."
when
They'll
I
just
was in
see you
high
coming.
school,
They'll see
a
you come
gas
toss
station
it to you.
opened. A gas station opened near where I went to high school, and they had a thing for the first month. You could get like a keychain, and you could go in every day and get a free soda. I
Oh,
abused the hell out of that. I probably
dude.
shaved years off of my life with all the sugary drinks that I drank. But
Man, I had a car in the early '90s that had I couldn't afford to fix it right away, but it had a leak in the power steering pump. So I would fill it up, and then by the end of the day, middle of the day, sometimes it would just be empty, and I'd have to fill it up. So I went to this place called Q Lube to get my oil changed, and I paid $8 extra or something like that, where I could have my fluids filled up whenever I wanted, and I'd be in there 2 or 3 times a day getting my fluid topped off on my power steering, dude. Yeah, I did end up fixing it the next month, but yeah, those guys got sick and fucking tired of
oh,
seeing
I'm
me
sure they
in
hated
there.
you.
Oh,
Oh
they
yeah,
hated my guts.
I can guarantee you, if I ever
They
got that
hated
key
me.
to the cheese thing, and I was at my local Arby's every single
Yeah.
day asking for my cup of cheese, they would kick my ass out so fast.
Yeah, they would kick your ass out, dude. I know I would. I'd be like, dude, get out of here, cheese boy.
But yeah, the
You're not ordering anything.
as unhealthy as like downing all those like big old
licking the
sodas
cheese.
was. Like if you went in every day and you got yourself a little like container
Cup
of
of
cheese
cheese.
like this,
Cup of
your
cheese.
arteries would just fucking explode. You know?
Yeah, you shouldn't eat that kind of stuff every day. You shouldn't eat
No.
that stuff every day. Yeah.
I
So
don't even
anyway,
know.
or
Like unless I'm
or
gonna
at
eat like
all, or
I'm
at
gonna
all.
eat some like chips or something with this. I don't even know what I would even want it with. Like I don't want to pour
Like
this on a
maybe
sandwich. I don't think.
Well, it's the same
maybe
type
like
of cheese they
some
use on
Cool Ranch
their
Doritos, maybe, or like
same type of
like
cheese they use on their
nachos.
sandwiches.
Yeah, that's what it
Their-
is for the beef and cheddar
Yeah, the
sandwiches.
beef and
I
cheddar
dip the
sandwiches.
French fries in it when I go. If I go, I hate Arby's. We don't even have one close by. It's been forever, but when I go, I get a beef and cheddar, and I dip my fries in. The curly fries are the best there.
Yeah, curly fries are the best fries
They
you
are
could ever
very
You
get.
know,
good.
I'll always remember that when I was in the '90s when I was a kid,
Shameless plug.
they had these really nice glasses that they gave out for the holidays this one year.
Okay.
They had,
So
like
Nice.
gold
here's the
rims on the
fun.
glasses. They had like winter scenes etched in the
Yeah.
glass. They are legitimately
I'm
very
actually-
nice glasses, and for them to come for Arby's of all
Right.
fucking places.
So here's
I'm
a fun
actually
story.
Drinking out of my vintage Batman Forever
My
commemorative
wife-
McDonald's glasses. Yeah,
My wife has
sets.
all of those Christmas glasses from Arby's. Those
Mm.
are our holiday glasses.
They're legitimately nice.
There are
That is
nice.
awesome.
They are nice. She has all of them. I
That's
kid you not.
nice.
Every
That's
single one
cool.
of them.
You remember they had
In
a
a-
Shrek
in a
glass
four
that
set.
came out a couple years ago, and gave you poison, and you were supposed to bring it back. I still have it. I put a sticker on it. Do not drink out of this. It's poison. But yeah, those cups are dope, dude.
Poisonous
Yeah.
cup.
They should
not
do
drink
that
them.
again. They should start doing that shit again.
Better than this
Where you can
fucking
go in and
cheese
buy
thing,
cool
but
cups.
yeah.
You go in, yeah, and with cheese.
I'm still trying to unpack.
cheese
Like,
in
there's
it.
got to be like some sort of like you can't come in every single day to grab a cup of cheese.
I
Otherwise,
bet they
it's
are,
like,
man. I'm gonna
I
go
mean,
to Twitter X and see if I can.
I bet you
Find
probably
somebody doing it.
could, but like I bet they're probably counting on people just not wanting to do that. You know?
Right.
I don't want to do it.
No,
Right.
I can't think of who would.
Cool. Let's have a moment. I think it's gonna cut top 3 really short, but first, we did have a preview for Duke number 2, but I was like, nah, it really just shows Clutch. And it's not even worth showing the previews of these books anymore. And the book we're going to talk about in a second is exactly why. But we do have news that Transformers number 7, which comes out April 10th, will not have Daniel Warren Johnson drawing it. It's going to be Jorge Corona. This was bound to happen.
Is Jorge Corona the one who worked with him on the Jurassic League book? Or am I thinking of someone else?
That was him. I believe that was him. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I remember. But anyway, this was bound to happen. There's no way Daniel Warren Johnson can keep up with a schedule like
Yeah, his schedule is just damn near packed.
Can't. He
Tight.
just can't. With that
Yeah.
said, he's still going to be writing. Jorge Corona is a very good artist, and I'm
I mean,
sure
the
it's only going to
days
be temporary.
where you get like the consistent, unbroken line of art are probably never gonna get to like their heyday again. Like,
Yeah.
I think that record, I think it's Ultimate Spider-Man with Bendis and Bagley, where it's like the longest
Yes.
consecutive streak of
I
an
think that's
artist and
one.
writer working together. I
Yeah.
don't think that'll ever be broken at this point because the way
No,
that they
right.
turn out these books now, artists can't keep up the schedule while
And
maintaining
have
the
the
quality.
quality. Exactly.
Yeah.
100%.
Which, you know, if
100%.
this is the trade-off we get to, like, you know, Daniel Warren Johnson not, you know, compromising his lines and stuff like that, then I'll accept it.
Oh yeah, me too. I'm down with it, and I
And
don't
he's a
mind
good
Jorge
writer.
Corona.
I mean, I love his
Yeah.
art, and Kohei Kurana is a good replacement, and just, you know, he's a good writer too, though, you know.
Yeah. All right, here it is. Cobra Commander, Coco #1, Joshua Williamson, Andre Milano,
Cobra.
and Annalisa Leone. This is fantastic. Okay, so we get the 5-page preview that we showed off, whatever, last week or whenever it was. Jeff saying creative teams never stay together unless they're working on one stories. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But right after the preview, as soon as the preview that we got, where Cobra Commander murders that dude, boom, we go right to fucking Cobra Law. Cobra Law was made famous by the animated movie in the 1980s. Cobra Law, even then, was all about sort of shunning technology in favor of the organic. And like they use like creatures, sort of like Atlantis in a way. They fly around on lizards, and it's wild, dude. And it was made so much fun in that movie that I wanted to go watch it as soon as I read this. But Cobra Commander has other plans in mind, and he wants to use technology. He wants to go. Pythona was so good, Cobra Commander wants to go to the real world, the outside world of Cobra Law. Cobra Law is sort of this hidden, city, a society, but presumably in the Arctic. I think that's where it was it's either the Arctic or the Antarctic. But anyway, Cobra Commander has other plans. He convinces Cobra Law leader Globulus to send him into the world to conquer it using technology. And it's this technology.
Dun dun dun.
And I'm telling you, my jaw hit the fucking ground when I saw this, and I was like, "Holy shit!" I mean,
I am looking forward to the explanation of
Yeah.
like how all this came to happen. Like, how does Cobra Commander have Megatron? How did the Autobots
right.
get his arm? You know, why do the Decepticons seem so sure that he's dead?
hmm
You know, there's a backstory coming that I'm curious to
Oh,
see.
yeah.
My presumption is that there was a battle or something, and then Megatron fell into the Arctic like he kind of did in the movie. But Cobra Commander,
Probably
wandering
something
outside
like
Cobra
that.
Law,
I guess
goes and
Optimus
finds
ripped
his
off his
ass.
arm or something before, and they
Right.
all assumed he died. I don't know.
Right.
He's missing his
I
other
love
arm
this.
too, apparently. But
Yeah. Just damn. I mean, this thing went exactly. I'm hearing Burgess Meredith's voice. When I'm reading Globulus, talking. One of the covers for an upcoming book is teasing Nemesis Enforcer. I mean, holy shit. Them going directly to Cobra Law and leaning into that part of the lore, it blew my mind. I was
I will
so
say though,
excited.
okay, so I'm not as steeped in all the Joe mythology.
Mhm.
Like, I honestly had no fucking idea what Cobra Law even was. And
Right.
so a lot of the charm here was lost on me, I think, you know.
Sure.
I was
No.
honestly stuck up on his name being Galobulus because that is honestly the stupidest fucking name I've ever
Yeah.
heard. In
Dude,
a franchise that is rife with really stupid names, it's the dumbest one.
Jeff says he loves
Yeah.
Cobra Commander #1. It's going to be a great story. I agree. But dude, I implore you to go watch that animated movie. It is from the 80s. It is very, very well done. It is very cool. But then at the end, we get this little Dreadnoks tease, even though we sort of knew that was coming. Buzzer is there, trying to chainsaw Cobra Commander's face on one of the covers of an upcoming book. But I mean, you can see between the TF book, the Duke book, and this, they're all slowly converging into what we actually know of both G.I. Joe and Transformers. It's almost like it's been a prequel to a shared GI Joe Transformers universe. They're just bringing everything together in a unique way, and yeah, it was so much damn fun, dude. I adored this book so much. And you guys both read this. Did you guys think it was? Taylor, you already said I had no idea what was going on because I don't have the Cobra Law.
I mean, I could follow what was
but
happening. It's just that
impact.
it didn't mean
Yeah.
anything to me. You know, the
Right.
fact that like, oh, hey, guess what, guys? We're in Cobra fucking Law. And I'm like, okay. You know?
My jaw hit the fucking ground when I saw Cobra Law up there. I was like, what?
It's kind of like when we were talking about Ahsoka. You know, like I could follow Ahsoka.
Right.
I enjoy Ahsoka. But the fact that I didn't watch Rebels means that a lot of this just does not resonate with me. Similar thing here. You know, I'm not steeped in the Joe lore. I didn't know half of these characters. I was able to follow, like, you know, this is the head of Cobra Law. This is some heavy of his. But yeah, other than Megatron showing up, none of this was like, oh shit, for me.
Right. Andy, you read this. Have you ever had you ever seen the original?
I've seen. I saw
movie?
the original movie, the animated movie. I saw that. I mean, I was big into GI Joe and Transformers back in the 80s, so I saw all that. I saw all the content you could throw at me. But this, when reading through Cobra Commander, when I read through it, it was just like, okay, this is going on, and all of a sudden it's like Cobra Commander just like totally dicks over somebody and kills them, and all of a sudden next thing you know, they're in Cobra. I'm like, oh, we've never. It's like this is like the second time they've been here. It's like, what's going on? Why are they here for?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, there's Godless sitting on his chair, just going, okay, fine. I'll let you go out into the real world and use technology to take it over. It's okay, Cobra Commander. And then Megatron's the next page. I went, oh shit.
And it kind of is like a reversal from the movie. In the movie, they wanted this piece of technology to take over the world, like Cobra Law did, even though they sort of shunned technology. They knew if they had it, then they would be able to destroy the world. And that's what they sent Cobra Commander up there to do. And he was just terrible at it.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I adored this. I had a great time.
I will say the part where it's like he throws the bomb or whatever to the other scientists, and they're like, "What am I supposed to do with this?" Would it have killed you, Cobra Commander, to take a second to be like, "This is a grenade"? You know, like
no, he doesn't give a shit.
It's very in character. The idea that he always assumes that everyone will like know what he wants them to do, but then like, oh, you fools, you know.
Exactly. Yes.
Well, he is the smartest man in the room.
Yeah, he's the smartest man in the room, and I think they played him off like that. He definitely got over on Globulus, pretty easily. So, yeah, I'm really anxious to see where things go. You know what I mean? And it's only a 5-issue miniseries. Duke's almost halfway through, or almost halfway. But yeah, dude, things are flying with these books. So, by issue number 3 of Duke, we should get an announcement of a third and possibly a fourth miniseries if they're going to go in that direction.
I will be shocked if they don't do a Snake Eyes book at some point.
I mean, Snake Eyes hasn't shown up yet, dude. But guys,
other than Duke, he's probably the most famous Joe. Oh,
I think he is by far the most famous Joe.
From what we've seen so far from this shared universe, which is obviously going to happen in the future, is that right now we had the Transformers just come in, and we had Duke who's like this. Hey, I've been used to fighting just people, and also next,
he's in an alien conspiracy.
There's aliens
on
the planet.
The way they introduced Duke in Transformers, that was such a fucking awesome hype moment. They're like,
it was, dude. It was.
And then he's just like,
you silly humans, and the Duke just fucking like jobs him. And I mean, Duke doesn't like do any serious damage, but like he definitely looked like a real badass shooting star.
A real American hero.
Fucking eye like that,
Yes, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, and
so I'm stoked
Duke
for the rest of
PTSD because it's like there's transforming alien. Yeah, Duke gets PTSD because there's transforming aliens, and then what's the first thing is like the natural enemy that they have. Cobra's this. He can't prove it, and then the enemies to Duke, which Duke and GI Joe is Cobra. They're just like, we're just gonna use that technology to take over the world.
Yeah, and that's not even Cobra yet.
It's not even Cobra yet.
We're eventually building up to building up to a Cobra alignment with the Decepticons, with the Joes lining up with the Autobots. I mean, I feel like that's inevitably where this has to go.
I'm not sure. Not the way Cobra was treating Megatron. Cobra Commander was treating Megatron, dude. Megatron ain't gonna let that shit go.
That's a fair point. I mean, I love Megatron was definitely my favorite part of this Cobra book because, like, I love when he's walking away and Megatron's just like, like smiling, like, oh, when I get out of here, the things I'm gonna do to you.
Yeah, there's a
you know?
lot.
Yeah,
There's a
dude.
lot of different angles to this. Megatron does not like to be held
We
prisoner.
should have a very
Megatron-
asymmetrical thing, yeah, which probably would be better. I mean, the whole like the good guy team and the bad guy teams like teaming up is probably a little too straightforward for them to just go
Well,
out
Baroness
with.
is going to be part of Duke's whole thing, pretty
Mm.
soon. She's reported, at least in the teaser, to be like a quote unquote good guy. Duke, when it went to Mars Industries, that's Destro's company. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And
Mhm.
Cobra Commander obviously hasn't hooked up with him yet, but then there's so many other things that they can bring in. Bringing in Cobra Law opens up so many doors for them to stay away from the tropes of the lore, but still dive into the lore in a new and innovative way that is, you remember it,
it
you
gives
recall it,
it
but
gives them a
it's
chance to
fresh.
like reimagine it. Yeah,
Exactly, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
and
so
I'm
many
having,
different ways you could go with this right now.
yeah, there's no telling
So many different ways.
where they're gonna go, man. Again, the one thing that throws me off is how we're gonna get GI Joe together as like a bona fide, like government sanctioned sort. Is that even the way they're gonna go? Are we actually gonna have a
I assume that's how the
HQ?
Duke mini ends.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to get Joe together. Cobra's concealing its forces together right now. Well, looks like they are. So
Well, it looks like Cobra Commander is gonna go try to get Mars Industries, get some help from them. And if he can introduce them to Megatron energy, the Cybertron energy, which it appears that Mars is already looking into, Energon sort of energy. If Cobra Commander has more knowledge on that, yeah, it can just go so many different directions, dude. I'm so here for it. Jeff said, yes, sir, Energon Universe is going to be so fun. I wonder if it will tie into the current Joe run. No, that Joe run from Larry Hama is and will always be its own separate
G.I.
thing.
Joe
Yeah,
American Heroes,
Hama's already,
it's its own thing.
I think that's for the
Hama's already said
best.
that. I think so too. It's actually so damn lucky that they're continuing it. You know what I mean? They could have easily just said, no, we don't care, but they gave a damn, and put it out. So
It
awesome.
is kind of a best of both.
Sorry, Taylor. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, just like I think it is like the best of both worlds for like the fans
Yes.
of the old shit and like also bringing in the new people like me.
Mhm. And I read A Real American Hero 303 this week, and it was good. It was fantastic. All right, let's do top three. Speaking of a middle of the road week for books. There were some high profile books that came out, but a lot of them were kind of mid. X-Men was great. Sync is freaking amazing. I had no idea. We might talk about that later, but that's my honorable mention. But my number 3 is Avengers Twilight #1.
This is actually my number 1.
Nice.
This is my number 3 also.
Nice. Chip Zdarsky, Daniel Acuna. It's basically sort of a like Brave New World meets Marvel Comics.
This is my take on this. Is the Sentinel of Liberty returns?
Okay, right.
This is doing the Dark Knight Returns
that's
treatment
such
for
a cool
Captain
way
America.
of putting it.
Yeah,
That's
Taylor's
such a cool
right.
way of putting it. The future's like a fascist. It's fascist.
Yeah, we've got old man Cap. He lives in like a shitty fascist state. Tony Stark, who apparently hooked up with Janet.
Van Janet Van Dyne.
Yeah, Janet Van Dyne and Tony.
Their kid is a little shithead, but this is a whole lot of fun. They did a good job kind of selling the tragedy of it all. Oh, and yeah, this fucking scene with the death of Spider-Man. This is if this doesn't get to you, I don't know what you want, But
yeah,
and Peter's still a kid in this scene right
now.
Oh yeah,
it's like this alternate universe. Apparently, like he had never like revealed his identity to Captain America because like why would he bother like trying to tell him that here at the end?
Right.
But it was such a poignant scene. Like it definitely like helps reinforce that this is a Captain America who is like jaded, who is like just frustrated with the world, that is disillusioned in a lot of ways, but like he sees a chance to put back on the shield and get out there and kick some ass, and they did a really good job selling that here. And fucking Daniel Acuna, just the artwork from beginning to end.
Oh yeah, great.
I don't know if it'd have worked with any other kind of art, dude.
He did a great job with like this is this is a Captain America who is clearly past his prime, but it's still like, you can tell that he used to be in good shape, for most of this issue. And then, of course, he gets the soldier serum back, and now he's just fucking jacked again. But I love this depiction of, like, old man Cap. This is such a good way to do it.
Yeah. And the way he's talking about it, with Dark Knight and Batman is fucking perfect, dude. This is like Dark Knight Avengers. It really is. What Chip is doing here, he's mixing like this alternate what if universe story style with some like serious, poignant, and honestly very relevant real world current events, and
Yeah.
I
mean,
can't wait to see more of this. I'm
the
so
whole thing
stoked.
where it's like, was the Red Skull really such a bad guy?
Exactly,
That
dude.
really hit home. Like, the whole thing where it's like,
Yes.
we want to reimagine history. We want to make like saints out of monsters,
Yeah. And I mean, and,
Trust
and
me,
it
Red
was
Skull's a bad guy.
another thing, another way Zdarsky made it seem real is there is a little bit of truth to the way they were selling that, saying that the Red
Yeah.
Skull
I
wanted
mean,
to kill Hitler. It's true, but
that
not
makes
to
it
free the world.
that was such a perfect way to like sell the propaganda is you get
Yes.
like a little bit of truth to build the lie around,
Yeah.
And so that was really brilliantly handled. Like Chip Zdarsky does a really good job creating such a fucking shitty fascist state,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like I
He
love
really
that
does.
in that scene where like Captain America's like, no, I need to just keep going. There's nothing I can do. But then like they're gonna beat up these kids, and he's like, fuck that, and
Yeah,
just
and it wasn't even curfew yet. They weren't
yeah.
actually breaking any
Yeah.
laws, even though the law they were accused of breaking is tyrannical, and shitty.
It
But
felt
yeah,
like there was a lot of verisimilitude there, because like
yes.
that's how they operate. They just they get themselves in these positions of power where they can go around and be a bully. They just are looking for an excuse, knowing that they're not going to have any accountability for it.
And that's the one panel that actually, besides
this
Spider-Man's
one.
death, the one panel you just showed right there, that's the one panel that actually got me. Nobody cares about the truth anymore. Nobody. That right
Yeah.
there is like really resonates about this world and how it's just like
And our world too.
in
And
our
our
world, yeah.
too, in a way, and that's the best part of this. It's a little bit almost science fiction-y feeling in that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And not that all comics aren't science fiction. The majority of fucking comics are science fiction. It's either science fiction, Western, or just straight up action, I guess.
And
There's
like
always a little bit of action mixed in there, but this one feels a lot science fiction-y.
And like you said before,
Because science fiction talks about what's going on now. You know what I mean?
Chip took some very serious story beats. I can talk that we actually are still are talking about today, and to put it into a comic book where it's like these are the things we are talking about, but this is what happens if we go too far one direction towards this fascist state.
Exactly. It felt very modern, even though it's set in the future, but it also felt like sort of nostalgically heroic, like an old Captain America book. It almost felt like he was this puny guy who just wanted to do something. It almost felt like he was that again in this, but in a different way. You know what I mean? He was puny and weak because he's old. And
Yeah, it's an interesting way to look at it. That like, this is
Yeah.
very similar to like when Steve was like just a little guy who couldn't do anything during World War II. Now he's just an old guy who can't do anything during,
almost the same sort of thing.
like
Fascist.
21st century fascism.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect, dude. Yeah. Yeah, just amazing. Yeah, I love that book. It was really good. I can't wait for more. Luke Cage in it was awesome. Like his skin, like he got old and his skin like stopped stretching and moving, so he couldn't walk and shit. Oh, just rad.
Yeah.
I had the picture of Iron Man here, I think, all in his little bubble. Tony, just freaking crazy cool. And they have like their own fascist Avengers that we're gonna end up meeting more of later.
Yeah.
It looked like the original Black Widow was on that team. How the fuck did that happen? There's a lot going on. And again, it does feel a lot like the Dark Knight, because that happens in the first issue of Dark Knight. There's all kinds of things that later on you learn more about that shit. So,
well, like Dark Knight Returns.
I'm so glad you made that comparison. That's
Dark Knight Returns is always going to be like the go-to thing you think of whenever it's like this is like the old like disillusioned version of the hero,
Right. Yeah. Perfect. Taylor, honorable mentions and number 3.
Okay. First honorable mention I will do is for Fantastic Four number 16. This was
Fun
just
little
a fun
field
little
trip.
slice. Yeah, this is a
Yeah.
fun little slice of life issue. Oliver North has been doing.
Oliver.
Sorry, Ryan North, not Oliver North.
Yeah, right.
We were talking about a fascist state, so it's okay.
Yeah, sorry. Okay. Yes, that is probably the association I was making,
Yeah.
actually. But,
Right.
all right, so Ryan North, a much better person. He's been doing a lot of these. He's been doing a lot of these issues where it's just like a little self-contained, just cute little story, and it was cool to see the kids back. Although I do think that they probably could just come up with like an anti-gravity field or something to keep their solvent in, but whatever.
It felt like a kid's book. This issue felt like
a
little kid's book, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Because
it's comics are allowed to be fun. This is just good, lighthearted fun.
Exactly. It was
all right. Something else that's kind of like old pulpy fun is Cap Wolf and the Howling Commandos number 4, which I did not know
this week.
I didn't know this was going to be the last issue. I thought it was going to be 6, but no, they wrap it up this week. We get fucking werewolf fights. We get like blowing up Nazi bases. It's good World War II pulpy action. It's fun. So yeah, like that a lot. My number 3 this week is going to be Daredevil number 5.
Nice, I got that.
Yeah,
it was fun hanging out with She-Hulk.
Hanging out with She-Hulk, and you could they did a good job where it's like, oh, so this is gluttony, before they actually reveal that it's gluttony. I am a little surprised that Matt is just now piecing together that it's the 7 deadly sins, but
right.
But no, I mean, this has been a lot of fun. Daredevil is always a prestige project for good writers, and Solid and Ahmed is doing a great job with it here. So
yeah, I think so too. And you can tell that Ahmed's having just fun doing what he wants to do with it, bringing in all these other characters, and just Father Matt is cool. I love.
Yeah, I like the new status quo. It is a good way to kind of take a fresh spin on the character while still letting him, just be who he is at his core.
Right, and he didn't have to reboot after Chip left. He didn't have to relaunch or make up some stupid excuse. Chip's like, oh, if you want to put the toys in the box, go ahead, but I left you plenty of room to play. He
did a good job picking up that ball and running with it.
Yeah,
that Chip run did end, I think, on the perfect note. Like, I love the scene where it's just like he's in the car and like this could be it. This could be he retires. This could be he goes off into the sunset, just enjoys his new life. But no, he cannot stop himself from running into the danger.
Yeah. Andrew in the chat. I like this take on Daredevil.
Oh yeah, totally agree. I love Chip Zdarsky's run on Daredevil. I love this one a lot too. Daredevil is a book that is always worth checking out because they always put big names with, just it is a prestige book. It is where good writers go to
show off.
To show off, to flex.
Yep. Yeah. And honorable mentions.
Honorable mentions this week's gonna go to James Bond 007 number 1.
I missed that one too. Damn, I missed so many books this week. Sorry.
There was a lot out this week. It was hard to get to find time for them all.
Like we were saying, this is kind of a midweek because this was it was really well done. It's like kind of taken back to the form of where Ian Fleming was writing when he wrote the first James Bond book, where it's just like this is kind of like your standard spy novella. It just kind of had a James Bond doing James Bond stuff, but it's just more like pulpy and really well done. With less
Garth Ennis, right?
What?
Is it Garth Ennis?
I believe so. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think it's Garth Ennis writing that, man.
Yeah,
I think that's what we said in the previews last week. I remember thinking at the time, like, man, Garth Ennis is going to do a pretty gritty James Bond, I assume. But
yeah, was it gritty?
It was a little gritty, a little pulpy, but it was more just like
Yeah, Andrew said he loved
it was kind of a mix
as well.
It was kind of a mix. There was pulp, there was grit, there was kind of it was more realistic instead of that campy stuff that from the very first one.
Cool.
A lot less racism in it, so that's always
nice.
Good.
Nice. That's always good.
Quick shout out to Kill Your Darlings. That's still going on. It's pretty good. And then my number 3.
Yeah, this one was horrifying. This issue with Kill Your Darlings scared the shit out of me. Go ahead. That's all I'm going to say about it. I was like, at the end of it, I was like, whoa. Yeah, holy shit.
We already talked about my number 3, which was Twilight.
Oh, yeah.
Avengers Twilight. Really great. Just really great.
Awesome. Yeah, really fun book. Really fun book.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that panel.
It's like nobody. Nobody tells the truth anymore. Yeah. Nobody.
All right, really my number 2. Really not much to say about it. and I really almost want to try to break my Star Trek rule because every damn time there's a book, I can just put it on my top 3. Colin Kelly, Jackson Lanzig, Marcus Toe. I'm just continue to be so smitten with
I
this
think you
book.
can give this one a wide berth. I mean, how
I
many
know.
years have you gone without being able to be excited about a Star Trek book? You know?
I know, dude. The last Star Trek story I liked before this, I mean, really fucking adored, was like a short 5-page thing that what's his name did. Damn, I just had his name. Donnie Cates, where it was a hologram Data as the only member of the crew and Geordi as the captain of the ship. And it was so fucking fun. It was just this little 5-page thing. But I don't know, man. Lansing and Kelly just keep bringing these riveting new stories. I mean, they are, legit good stories, but they're doing it with these characters.
Tom and Baby.
I know, but they're doing it with these characters who I fucking have known forever. And it's working so damn well, almost too well. You know what I mean? It's like, when am I going to stop falling for it? And then I hope this book never fucking ends, because they just keep doing it. They just keep bringing the nostalgia. And I mean, there's this overarching story here in this arc of the Zenkesi. And it's quite good in and of itself, but the magic is all the character moments. And yeah, I hope it never ends. I hope it never fucking ends. I love it. I love it. But again, I am thinking about putting it on the list to, retirement list. So, because yeah, dude, it's every time the damn book comes out, I'm just like, yes, I love that. I love that character. I love this character.
Hey man, just let yourself enjoy it.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
I have mind working on the greatest book from last year.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Taylor, number 2.
My number 2 is Wonder Woman, number 5,
man.
I think it was. Yeah.
It felt like Girls' Night Out.
It did.
It was so fun.
This is the first time we've really had a look at all the sidekick characters, and yeah, I enjoyed the way they set up like the challenges, and like the dialogues and everything like that. Now, I think it's
my favorite challenge than playing Injustice.
Yeah, I think it is a mark of how well this book is written, though. Where it's like, this is normally something that I think is so stupid. The whole thing. No, I have to do this alone. You have to promise not to help me with this thing I need help with.
Yes.
But they did it. They did a good job selling it.
Tom King made it work, man.
And I especially love how at the end where it's like, we don't fucking care. We're helping you anyway.
Oh yeah, let me get that one. Yeah.
But
and
yeah,
just
like
beautiful art. Holy crap! Just fucking gorgeous.
Yes,
gorgeous.
The challenges,
the gods.
Yeah, all the challenges were really fun. I love the dynamic arrow shooting for Yara's challenge. I loved the just kind of like the intimacy of her challenge with Cassie here almost. And I love just how goofy the thing with the fucking video games was.
Yeah, with Donna, it was Donna Troy, right?
Yeah, that's with Donna. Yeah. And I love how they're talking about yeah, I in fact do know Clark and Bruce pretty well. And so that's how I learned that, how to use power and how to prepare,
Yeah.
But yeah, like
Rogues Gallery.
The Rogues Gallery here is really cool. I like the lineup they're going with. Some of these are good pulls. And also the whole monologuing from the stupid King of America here. Like, they're really setting up so well for his fall. I'm going to love it when he gets his comeuppance here. Because, when he's talking about Cersei in particular, it's like, oh, but I remembered that I am a divine being, and that of course she would fail to beat me. And God, you fucking arrogant twat.
Yeah.
The one thing that surprises me the most about Wonder Woman is how damn good the backup story is every issue.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
The new Trinity, including Trinity. It's John, Damian, and Trinity. It's wonderful. It's so damn cool. I don't know, man. Tom King is killing it with this book. This might be his best book since I don't even Mr. Miracle, maybe. I don't know. Mr. Miracle was
really good.
Issue just pop.
I enjoyed Human Target and I enjoyed Strange Adventures, but yeah, Wonder Woman it's been a real blast.
Yeah, I mean, I adored Heroes in Crisis, and haven't really liked anything that King has done.
Man, I'm never gonna forget what they did to Wally, but
I know.
I understand what he's trying to do there.
You should have a shirt. Always remember, what they did to Wally was.
Well, they've retconned it out of existence now anyway. So
hooray!
Hooray! I still love that book, but yeah, Wonder Woman is fucking fantastic. Just so good. I mean, I know we're not that many issues in, but it might be better than that shit. What was that book he had at Marvel that I can't? It just slipped out of my mind.
Vision?
Yeah, Vision. Vision is still good. I still go back to that every now and again. Cool, Andy. Number 2 this week is
John Constantine Hellblazer, Death in America.
I have this somewhere. I have the cover somewhere here. Yeah, this was great. I had a good time with this. I'm just not as big of a fan of like, I don't know. I'm a Sandman fan, but I didn't like seeing this. It's just kind of like, okay.
Yeah, Dream didn't seem like he needed to belong there.
It is a sick page, though, I will say.
Oh, it is sick. Oh, it's sick. But I was just kind of like, oh, that looks sick. But then it went on, and I'm like, okay.
But I think that Cy Spurrier and Campbell did a really good job with this.
Yeah.
I mean, I like John Constantine. I mean, John Constantine is one of my favorite characters. I like Justice League Dark. You know, they're a great Justice League team.
He is such a magnificent bastard, John Constantine.
And the fact that John Constantine's just like he's the king of giving zero fucks unless the world's in danger.
Even then, he acts like he doesn't give a fuck. But Andrew in the chat said he loved this book, and the last page was
really
yeah, dude.
It got me too.
Yeah.
This started out as like it's a murder mystery, but then all of a sudden there's Dream, and it's like, oh, the shit hit the fan.
Yep.
No, that is Morpheus Dream, not Daniel Dream, right?
Yeah, that's Morpheus Dream. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the actual.
It was solid, dude. It was really cool. I just, I don't know, just something off about it. Maybe I'll go back and second read, but
yeah, there's there's some places where it does carry on a little bit too much, but I think this is a nice little story. Can't wait to see it continue. I think, like I said, Spurrier and Campbell did a really good job doing this.
Nice.
It's not going to beat our number one.
My number one Cobra
the collective
Commander.
Number one.
My number one Cobra Commander, Joshua Williamson. Again, Andrea Milano. We're not going to get any more into it.
That's my number one also.
As a fan of, dude. So yeah, we're basically done. As a fan of G.I. Joe back in the day and that movie, Saturday mornings I still go and put on cartoons. This week it was the Jetsons, Johnny Quest, and Tom and Jerry for like 2.5 hours early Saturday morning. Usually it is either Transformers or G.I. Joe. Some Mask sometimes, although Mask does not hold up as good as the other two. But yeah, dude, as a huge fan of G.I. Joe, there was no way it wasn't going to be my number one. Well, no way. And I think Taylor said his number one was the Twilight book, right?
It was, yeah.
Awesome. So yeah, that's it. We're done, y'all. Because Andy's number one was Cobra Commander.
And we talked about that a lot.
Yeah. We went ad nauseum into that book. Rewind if you're just joining us. But awesome. Thanks for kicking, everybody. We really appreciate it. If you look at what we're doing, you love what the Comic Book Bullies are doing. Leroy and Eli have a podcast right here on many of these same channels. If you want links to everything they've got going on and everything we got going on, go to outrightgeekery.com. We got links to all of the thanks, Jeff.
Oh, thanks, Jeff.
Thanks, Jeff.
All the video, socials, everything that you need to keep tabs on us. Go over there and like us. There's also links to the group over there, the group that are, that's not the right one, that our very own, there's two ball guys that our very own Andy is running.
Hey, that's me.
No bullying. Man, he just posted a video up there earlier tonight, just before the show. Taylor, you got to go check it out on the Outright Geekery group. It's basically a fan-made video, but it's like Darth Vader and Obi-Wan Kenobi's lead up to the fight in episode 4 on the Death Star where Obi-Wan gets killed at the end. You know, it's kind of rudimentary. It was the 70s, but dude, they added like new attacks and Vader's like throwing the lightsaber. Dude, it's fucking rad. You got to check it out. Like, I could not stop watching it.
Well, yeah, the lightsaber duels from the original movies honestly kind of suck. So yeah, that sounds like it'd be a pretty
they do
cool
not
thing to
stand
have
up
there.
at all. Yeah, honestly, there's been petitions to redo those original 3 movies. Same scripts, basically, same stories, just sort of adding updated effects.
I can see the merit of it, but I also know that like Star Wars fans are just the worst people, and
you'll never find a more villain and scum.
No one hates Star Wars more than Star Wars fans.
Exactly, dude. Exactly. But you won't have to worry about that over at the Outright Geekery group because there's no bullying.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, Combo Bullies come on tonight. We're gonna be back tomorrow night with the preview show. We really appreciate y'all hanging out, but most of that doesn't really make sense. Again, thanks everybody for hanging out, but most of all, Thanks to these guys for hanging out with
Hey.
this guy.
Good times.
We are going to do it again next time.
Same geek time, same geek channel. I actually wasn't sure if I should do it or Andy.